Hey Squid Kids, welcome to another Then and Now. I'm your host Captain TC, and today we are doing a Then and Now about the Tri-slosher. As we all know, this is one of the many formidable weapons that come with a disruptor and bubbler here in Splatoon 1. Compared to the range, it can outrange a Splooshomatic, but faring up against a range blaster, a boozler, and a 52, this seems to be a bit short, but don't fall for the 52's range yet. But this bucket's three sections originally held cleaning products, but now hold the exact same opposite. This segmented sections allow you to attack in three directions at once. It comes with a special depletion of a medium rate, and over here in the test area, you can see that the range takes up almost, maybe 3 spaces, but it's like, 2.5? You get a base damage of 62 without any damage up. Over here, you can clearly see that, oh, I didn't even touch it. See that? Look at that. You don't have to be even close to touch it. It's that powerful, man. Now over here, there's nothing else special about it besides the disruptor that will slow down your enemies to get them up. And then give me a second, I'm gonna build up my bubbler so we can talk about. You can't really share it with your enemies, but with your teammates, you have to get close up enough to them to help them out. All right, let's head over to Turf Wars to get in depth with this. Alrighty, so the Tri-slosher overall, it's one of the short-range weapons that you gotta know to keep your distance. And definitely, if you want your bubble real quick, do what I do and just run a whole boatload of special charge up. You can help protect your teammates, and protect yourself from getting Deep 6 hard. As you can clearly see, I'm not ready for this. Anyways, when you attack from above, you should take note that your damage is slightly reduced to like maybe a 52.3 or something like that. I don't know. Splatoon 2's damage rate will be a whole total different ball game, but there's been a slight interesting buff that actually came with it. But for now, let's talk about here in Splatoon 1. Overall, the Tri-sloshers are not really used that commonly. Well, it's used a whole lot more back in Splatoon 2, but as of now, from what I've seen, no. Not a lot of people use this bucket that goes 3 ways. A shame. It's a formidable weapon to fear. But then again, you have to remember, if you want to get close up and personal, do that in order to kill them. The one sucky thing about this is that even though it's 62 damage, if people have defense up, you'll probably be stuck trying to do, take 3 hits to kill them in total? Yeah. It's one of the sucky things about using such a short-range weapon and not being careful with what you're doing. Anyways, continuing on. So this kit, yeah, it's good for like making pushes and to help protect your teammates from stuff like that. But I don't really see any other purpose besides considering how un-OP it is compared to the Splatoon 2 version. But tell me this. Would you like to have a burst bomb with this kit? I'm not sure. Y'all will have to tell me that story later, alright? But to be fair to think about it, when using the bubbler, and you're going up against shooters, if the shooter outranges you and, their fire rate is supremely powerful, all you're gonna get is pushed all the way back. Like if I were to be using a Hydra right now to, mow one of the things down. It's not fun, and it's really deadly as well. Don't mess with the Tri-slosher if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. No. In all honesty, this weapon is great for getting map coverage, especially with how it's able to go 3 ways. Well, to be fair, it's just maybe a 120-degree spread of flinging ink all over the ground, but it's useful. Anyways, Splatoon 2, here we come. Now welcome to Splatoon 2, where, in this case, your Tri-slosher is equipped with the Burst Bomb and the Ink Armor special. Let's get a rundown of how this works, okay? The Tri-slosher is a slosher-type weapon that lobs ink in 3 directions in front of you at once. Since the ink is being split in 3, it does reduce the attack power slightly, but if you follow up with a Burst Bomb, you're good to go. All that's left is to push forward with the Ink Armor, recommended for those who really love to aggressively splat their opponents. Yeah, so your base damage is still 62. Anyways, but check this out. I'm gonna stand right here, and I'm just gonna keep flinging ink. You see? I don't have to put my reticle over the target. It'll still kill it without even touching it. It's crazy. Now over here with the 52, I'm gonna show you a little difference because supposedly you get more range with it, but the fall off damage of where the bullets actually go, it's short. So, like I said, burst bombs are equivalent to 60 damage on this weapon, and if you try to, let me think. Well, let me just show you here. Well, the ink armor, well, for this time, ink armor is currently at 100 hit points, so you can save yourself a life or two if you know what you're doing. Now, if we go over here, the damage for sloshing people from above, it's slightly reduced to what, 52.3? I don't know. I can't read numbers today. But with that being said, let's check the range difference between the two. So, even though the splatter shot and NZAPs and 52s do seem to outrange the Tri-slosher, that fall off damage is like right there underneath the tip of the Tri-slosher's hit thing. It's kind of crazy to think that a Tri-slosher can actually outrange an NZAP or a splatter shot, but hey, you gotta deal with it. Anyways, I'm gonna stand over here to prove my point. See, if you get close up to them, that's where the bullets hit. Now, I'm gonna paint a little path right there. Now, over exaggeration says that you have to get like maybe half a spot closer, but let's take it to Turf Wars to get more depth about what happens. Yeah. Anyways, like I said, Tri-slosher, it does surprisingly seem very overpowered from what other people say. Well, if you're going to get burst bomb, yeah, I do see where that's gonna hurt badly, but the nice thing about ink armor with this kit is that you can protect your teammates regardless from where you're from. The only issue is that it's not invincible like a bubble, so once you take like 100 damage, as said earlier, you're dead. Well, you're not dead, but you don't have that, your armor basically depletes and you can't really protect yourself afterwards. Now, continue on with that thought. If you really want to get at them, just make sure you hit a burst bomb and then what, maybe 2 sloshes, unless you get close up and personal and get a direct hit with the burst bomb. Then all you need to do is just hit 1 slosh with your weapon and then boom, they're gone. Do keep in mind that even though this weapon, well, you can still get a 2-hit weapon from, well, 2-hit kill from standing above on high ground and from below ground as well, but yeah, there's nothing really else to talk about besides this Tri-slosher still being one of the most easiest weapons to supposedly use. But I swear I say but too many times. Excuse me for that. In all honesty, I don't really use the Tri-slosher that much, so you shouldn't be listening to my advice at the first place. But if you want popular opinion, a lot of people love using this Tri-slosher since it's like one of the easiest to go weapons to use in the first spot. Anyways, with that being said, the Tri-slosher, as of now, well, as of the 1.1 in Splatoon 2, it's a feared weapon that everyone must worry about. Anyways, I wonder what else is happening in the near future. Wait. No. No. No! Whoop. It's right. The Tri-slosher did get nerfed. As of now, the range has been decreased about 9% from the original. And with that, there's a special edition of the damage being discharged over to 52. So, with that being said, when you slosh high, you can kill someone with 2 hits, but when you go above to kill someone, it takes a full 3 hits. Now, even though you have to get even closer now to kill the foe without hitting them in the reticle. So that means you'll probably get outranged by that 52 now, and all that splash shots and NZAPs. Kinda scary if you think about it. You still get burst bombs, and that's 60, but with that being thought about, here's the recap of the range for each of you. Now I must ask you one question. Where does the Tri-slosher stand as of now? Well, in my opinion, the Tri-slosher is still a good weapon to use regardless of what nerfs and buffs have been given to it. Even though this buff recently decreased its damage power, it's still a formidable weapon to fear regardless of how, well, OP we might call it out. Trust me, we all say it. But in the end, this weapon is one of the, I guess, the many ways to encounter assaults. Take a deep breath, think about it. If you don't experience assault, then what's the point in playing, right? Oh well. With that being thought, tell me this. What do you enjoy using the Tri-slosher? Do you like the range that you still get, regardless of the fact that, well, you can still get close enough to a shooter and spook him? Yeah. If there's one thing that's neat about this weapon, the burst bomb kit, it's very powerful, man. Especially with ink armor. And speaking of ink armor, have y'all heard about that's got nerfed as well? You get 80 hit points on that thing, so once you hit at least a maximum of 80 hit points, that gets depleted. So we should talk about the E-liter one-shot story. Oh, who am I kidding? By the way, we're gonna go ahead and take off over here. So, hope you guys enjoyed the little blooper reel. Now I'll talk a little bit more after this, alright? You're not a true gamer if you can't have fun. Okay, for future references. Alright, what was I going to do? I just brain farted. Add that to the bloopers, yeah? Okay, so we do this Tri-slosher weapons. Alright, now in Splatoon 2, things are a wee bit... Alright, that ends this video. Thanks for watching, guys, and sorry that I haven't been keeping a consistent uploading scheme with this thing. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, do me a favor and leave a like and comment down below if you guys enjoy the series. Y'all know the schematics of where I put my videos at once it's uploaded. And in the next video, we'll be doing the Rapid Blaster, so hope you guys enjoy that. Take care.